Tyler Cantrell with BlazerTV.com. We're talking with our softball coach here at UAB, Coach Townsend. And Coach, Mitch and I were talking, but when we were setting up, and we started coming to UAB softball games when you were still over at George Ward Park,
right,
and we know you've talked a lot about it, but it's just so nice to come out here to this facility, isn't it?
It really is. Just to be here in a safe environment and where the students are walking by on a daily basis, but much less, we've got baseball right here. You know, baseball's practicing, we're practicing, and it's a great environment.
This program, 3 straight trips to the NCAA tournament. Talk a little bit about your time here and the steps this program has taken.
Well, I started my 15th year here and 14th year to have a team, and it's just been tremendous. In fact, I'm often running into on the recruiting trails my former players who are now coaches and teachers and stuff, and they are excited as I am and as you are about what's going on with this program. So we've just got a great group of ladies that are working hard and that understand what it's like to be dedicated, and they're proud to wear UAB on their jersey. And obviously this stadium has had an impact on our success, but we want to play the highest level of softball in the country, and that's what we plan on doing.
Looking back, one more flashback to last year, you obviously hosted the Conference USA tournament. What was the impact on this program of hosting that tournament, not only for softball, but maybe the entire athletic department in your view of hosting that tournament here?
Well, we've come a long ways. We've come a long ways, and the coaches in Conference USA, they want to be here, and they're very proud of the facilities that we have here. But we were looking at pictures for our upcoming Blazer Bash, and we found a beautiful picture from the conference tournament, and it's from an outfield view, and it just really, I just took it in, and I'm like, wow, that picture made me realize just how neat it was to have the conference logo up there. And we've got all these teams coming in from across the country, and their fans, and it just meant a lot. And just the fact that UAB, we're here to stay. I mean, we're here to stay, and we want to host. We're hosting soccer this fall. And so I think that we're going to be seeing a lot of events on campus.
Well, looking at what you got coming up the next couple of weeks, you got the fall schedule coming up. So maybe you've got the common softball fan out there that doesn't really know what the fall schedule is. Kind of talk about what you do there with your new, obviously your new players, and how you come together as a team during the fall.
Yeah, well, fall training to us is just like spring training for football. Everybody's familiar with spring training. So what we do in the fall is we get out here. We started last Tuesday, and so we're scrimmaging today, and then we're going to give the newcomers a chance to kind of find our system and see how it works together. And then we invite teams. We have several junior colleges and different level of play coming in this fall. So we have 8 games we're allowed in the fall, and that's an opportunity for us to get everybody in and everybody playing. And so we really encourage. In fact, this weekend we start out with our alumni game. Alumni has already been talking a lot of smack about this weekend. We've got a really good alumni squad. We're playing Saturday the 15th at 1 o'clock, and so that's going to be exciting. That's a great way to start the fall off.
Well, too, we want to talk a little bit about this team going into this year. There's been a little bit of a buzz about your freshman class coming in, and that's saying a lot when you got these other girls out here who've gone to the NCAA tournament really every year they've been here. So what's this team going to look like for when spring rolls around?
We're working on it today. We've got a couple, inter-squad scrimmage going on, and we're making the lineups, and there's so much flexibility, and there's so much depth that we've got, and so it's going to be exciting. And if I had to put a lineup out right now, it would be really hard because we've got so many people working hard. But we've got 4 freshmen that came in and that have really turned it on, and from Caitlin Atfield, that's from New York, set the New York State stolen base record. She's come in and really, really impressed her teammates, as well as the other 3. I mean, they're just sound defensively, getting it done offensively, and just hard workers. So it's going to be exciting to see what kind of lineup we have when the spring rolls around.
And notice, too, you got a kind of a new assistant coach out here that's familiar, but maybe from the field right over here. How did that end up coming about?
Well, we're talking about Nick Crawford, and it was kind of neat with the way that when Holly came to me and just said, her time at UAB will be over following the 2012 season, and she needs to be home with her family in Washington State. And I said, well, that's fine. I said, but you can leave when you find somebody to replace you. And she immediately said Nick Crawford. And, he obviously played baseball here for 4 years. Well, this spring, being graduated, he was able to travel around with us because his wife was on my team. And just thinking back, and just he would meet me after big games, after the Louisville game, and just the words of advice that he had for me. And I'm sitting back and saying, wow, this guy's really taking it all in, and he understands the game. And so we talked with him a little bit, and behind the scenes, he started hanging out with Holly and seeing what she does on a daily basis. And then we were able to make it happen. And there's a buzz in the air. Coaches, Conference USA coaches around the Southeast already know him. They know his work ethic on the recruiting trail, and the girls obviously have a lot of respect for him. And he's brought several new things to the table for this season, and it's going to be exciting to see how he contributes.
Well, you already mentioned a little bit the softball game this Saturday, the alumni softball game, but you got the Blazer Bash Friday. Just kind of let everybody know what all is going to be available to them, and where they can come out and see this program a little bit.
Yeah, Friday night Blazer Bash. It's now at the Alumni Hall, which is beautiful if you've not been there. So we're starting that at 6 o'clock. What it is the NCAA allows us one banquet a year. So when our season's over, everybody's pretty much left campus. So this is our Meet the Team banquet for this 12-13 year for our athletes, but we also celebrate from the past. We celebrate the 2012 season. So we've got alumni coming in, we've got some recruits coming in for the weekend, and it's just going to be a big weekend, but it's neat. We do some video highlight films of it. We have the girls get up and talk. Our seniors obviously make a presentation, and so look back over the awards that we had for the 2012 season, and so it's going to be a lot of excitement, a lot of hype in the air, and then obviously we come out here Saturday and play the alumni at 1 o'clock.
Well, obviously, the alumni are already talking smack, so if you want to come see a good game, come check them out on Saturday. And, Coach, we thank you for your time. Let you get back to work.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.